Lord Faulkner, what is the role of the War Heritage Group?
The War Heritage Group came into being originally to protect World War I battlefields from inappropriate development. Since then it has widened its remit to cover battlefields more widely in Britain and abroad, and also to preserve the memory of war heritage issues in a way that help the public and parliamentarians keep alive these important recollections.
And what has the group got to do with the Centenary plans 2014 to 2018?
We had a meeting that was devoted to this subject in July, where we had a number of academics and representatives of other governments who came to speak to us. And as a consequence of that meeting, I was asked as the chairman of the group to write to the Prime Minister to draw his attention, or draw our attention to him, of the apparent lack of preparedness in Britain for the 2014 commemoration. And I got a reply from Mr. Cameron in August.
And what did he say in his reply to you?
Well, that reply was really a holding answer, and it certainly reinforced our view that this is an important anniversary, and that we shall be needing to commemorate a lot of events between 2014 and 2018. And he said that it hadn't at that point been decided where the responsibility for coordinating activities should lie. Since then, of course, we've heard the very welcome news that Dr. Andy Murison has been appointed as the Prime Minister's personal coordinator, and I think you may be talking to him later.
So, are you aware of any government plans as of yet to commemorate the centenary?
No, I think we are still at a very early stage in this country. There is a lot of local activity going on. In my own community of Worcester, for example, the Mayor has convened a group of interested parties, the British Legion, the local authority representatives, people concerned about war memorials and others. And there are a lot of activities like that going on around the country. What we need is some central government coordination so that we're all pulling in the same direction and we're not left behind by the governments of, say, Flanders or Australia or New Zealand, whose plans are very well advanced.
We've got the Olympics coming up now in 2012 and the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, so I guess that a lot of the focus in government has been on the preparations for those two very significant events. But we're pleased now that the Prime Minister has appointed Dr. Murison to be the coordinator. We were concerned that perhaps things weren't moving at the kind of pace we would have liked them to. Other countries like France and Belgium, Australia for example, are a little further advanced in their plans for the commemoration of the First World War. But as I've said, we've had other things going on in the UK. But I'm confident now that both at government level and at local level, the plans will be put in place to make this a very special, very poignant commemoration of what was for the entire world a very significant war indeed. So yes, I think that at last we are moving towards our preparations.
Lastly, you mentioned the involvements of schools and younger people earlier. Do you think that young people in general have enough awareness about World War I and the forthcoming centenary?
Well, I remember when I was at school, one of my favourite experiences was learning the poetry of the First World War poets. I think that poetry is so poignant and so powerful in the message it brings. But one of the schemes that we're looking at, one of the projects, is to enable pupils and students in schools and colleges to look at what happened to soldiers from their local community. And they can do that nowadays through the research facilities that are available. For example, the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. There are other organisations where you can go online and you can research what happened to people who actually lived in your community, perhaps even were members of your family circle. We'd like schools to go to their local war memorial and look at the names on there and perhaps do some research about what happened to the individuals who are named on war memorials. So yes, we think this could be a beneficial experience for children and young people, not to glorify war as I've said, but actually to learn what happens in war and why peace is so important and why we should continue to strive for peace.